Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frost Glass. I'm joined by. Sorry, I have to put a new battery in my smoke detector. And I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
Hi.
I knew you were going to do that. Moonshock.
He told me to stretch it out as long as I can, so balls.
Speaking of stretching things as much as they can, Jack, what's that game you wanted again?
Super Seducer 2.
Cock and balls.
Yeah. It turns out that I forgot that Terry can't make it this week because he's celebrating Easter. So about 10 minutes ago, I got Six to fill in, and we're waiting on him.
In the meantime, Icarus now has an expansion called Cock and Balls, the Frosted Glass DLC.
No, it's Cock and Ball Torture, I told you. All right, and this week's special guest, Johnny Hellcat.
Why, hello, I say as I stretch out this introduction.
It's still not going to be as good as Cock and Balls. Sorry.
No.
Hi.
Jack, are you using your words tonight?
Hi.
Hi.
Use your words like a good little troll.
It's still better than the opening commentary on the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh, yeah.
That's not saying much.
Right,
yeah, I wonder if that little bitch boy can cry on cue. He probably could.
All right, who cries more, Jimmy Kimmel or Kevin Smith?
Ooh.
Either one, Markiplier.
Jimmy Fallon.
Phallic Fallon.
Honestly, I think that if you get onto a comedy late night show and start crying, you should have your comedy license revoked forever.
Yeah.
You really do wonder if what Kimmel's doing now is all just a bunch of bullshit, like it's one big act. Because how do you go from chauvinistic fucking man show to that little bitch that he became?
It's easy. You're a hypocrite.
He used to dress as a black guy on the Man Show.
Yeah, so was that whole thing on Man Show just one big fucking act? I mean, or has he always been a closeted fucking homo? No.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to start out a hypocrite. You just become one.
I guess if you get paid enough.
All right. Well, why don't we start with? Oh, look, there's Six. Hey, Six.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. I'm Six.
Six. Do you have full citizenship in this country? Because we don't want you to get deported, bud.
I have full citizenship as far as I know.
No El Grino Cardo required?
No El Grino Cardo.
Okay, just making sure.
Hi, everybody. I'm trying to stretch out this intro as long as I can.
Yeah. All right.
And Six, Frosted is going to have a new expansion for Icarus called Cock and Ball Torture.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's
It's all right if Six showed up a little late, considering I asked him like 10 minutes ago to fill in.
You mean you weren't available immediately, Six, to be here, like right now?
hey, I don't stand out in front of Home Depot just for shits and giggles.
I'm pulling your taco license. Sorry, dude.
Moonshock, cut him some slack. He was cut off in the middle of his fiesta.
That's
right.
siesta.
Sorry, siesta.
Although now I can see Frosted trolling Home Depot to find extra guests.
Look, por favor.
Hey, Paco, I'll give you $5. Come be on my stream.
You paid Six? You paid these people?
Right.
You paid $5.
So for our first article,
He like everyone's Easter.
Cinco de Niro.
Well, for our first article, we're going to be reading one by Trina Wade, who, if you don't remember, has given us such gems as "I Need Roach Control Service,"
Oh God, not this.
"Fuck You, Trina, The Daily Lament,"
Ooh.
let's see, "A Child Molester Convention."
Wait, what? Are you doing multiple choice options for which one we want you to read, or?
Now I'm just listing some of the articles she's written.
Contributions.
And we've probably heard every single one of them too.
All right, so this article she titled "How I Became Florida's Least Favorite Jew."
Oh, Trina, what was her last name again? Trina Wade.
And
Check out my Quora. Woo.
And for some reason, when you open the article, it has a different title. But
Well, apparently her whole name is Trina Wade. Check out my Quora space with pics. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it says in her profile on Medium.
well, that's her married name. She hyphenated.
Oh, she's got a. Oh my God, she's one of those.
But-
All right, oh my God.
Can I just say, I don't want to look at this person. I don't want to
Oh.
look at another Medium author as long as I live.
She has a. She likes the chocolate flavored kisses.
She eats poop?
Oh, she doesn't look German.
Eat the poo.
eats
Eat the poo poo.
Yeah,
Eat the poo-poo.
I gotta say, I love any African response to gay people.
There's her link, her picture. She's got weirdo fucking crazy eyes, but ugh.
All right,
She has a fever, and the only prescription is more black eyes.
She likes that chocolate infusion.
today I
She
showed
likes the
my
cocoa.
today I showed my daughter my old apartment, and no, not the Bare Naked Lady song. My first
Good song.
one in Broward County, Florida. I remember
been there.
I remember I was surrounded by Muslims, which I found intimidating at the time because they would not look at me or even acknowledge me.
Well, yeah, because you're not white. Oh,
Yeah, someone might get the wrong idea about something like that.
yeah.
After September 11th happened, they all moved out and moved on. It's funny.
Aw.
It's funny because a day or two prior to the attack, Chris Long, a man who recently got a job in intelligence during the Bush administration, came to Miami to visit me. Someone I knew from my hometown, and brought his wife Shonda. Muhammad Atta, one of the attackers.
It's funny
lived in-
because a few days before the attack, several of them went missing mysteriously. We don't know what happened to them.
Well, I somewhat doubt the validity of her story.
A few
But,
nice people from the FBI came to our house to show us pictures and ask questions, but we didn't know anything.
What?
I didn't even
Muhammad-
bother to leave a Yelp review.
Oh, those sons of bitches.
Muhammad Atta, one of the attackers, lived in the
Atta?
yeah, like Attaboy.
Exactly.
Right.
Atta boy.
One of the attackers lived in the same city as me, and I suspect in that complex that I lived. I never met him personally, and all of those Muslims were incredibly rude to me.
Oh, dude.
So I, out of 1 million people in a city, they may have been in the same area as me, but I never actually met them.
Dude, small world, yo. Small world.
It's like when I run into people, I tell them I'm a Latino. They always ask me, "Hey, do you know Paco?"
Wait, Six, you're Latino?
I am, and I do know a Paco. It may not necessarily be the Paco that you're thinking of, but a Paco nonetheless.
You need to be more progressive and just call yourself Latinx, okay? It's Latinx.
Tell me, Six, does the Paco come with chicken or beef?
Oh!
It's neither. It's a cheese only dish because you're getting it on a Wednesday, which is Wacky Wednesday.
Queso?
Gotcha.
Queso cheese?
Queso cheese.
Ooh.
They usually dressed in full Middle Eastern garb and made it known they hated me. I thought it strange Chris Long, who now has a changed name, still wanted to see me even though I moved away to restart my life away from Jacksonville, but got followed by a seraphim stalking ring. He was so resentful.
Angels were stalkies.
Apparently so, because, you know.
So
again, I doubt the validity of her story.
So angels in the outfield are stalking me.
Yeah.
It's Chris Lloyd.
Those nefarious seraphim and the cherubim and Uffanim and all those.
And they were involved in 9/11.
Yeah, and you know, I'm channeling this whole. I don't think you understand what that word is.
He was so resentful I wanted a career, and he destroyed my life. 911, because she forgot the slash, really was the Bush family and an inside job.
Wait, maybe she called 911 and they connected her to the Bush family.
And George Bush hates black people.
Well,
he doesn't care about black people.
And she works.
Sorry, yep, you're right.
She works inside of an office, so it's an inside job.
Yeah.
You know,
I suspect most of them have forked tongues, since I know a few.
They're snakes?
Yes. Apparently.
But is there a plane
or
somewhere now
angels.
too? Oh, snake seraphims. Okay. Interesting. Keith says 9/11 jokes are just plain wrong.
Oh.
I love a good dad joke.
I suspect most of them have forked tongues, since I know a few. What was Osama bin Laden reading in his cave? Bloodlines of the Illuminati, that's what.
Oh my God. Were you there?
He's probably your neighbor.
Well, I mean, if she knows Muhammad Atta, then I guess Osama bin Laden was living on the other side of her.
My guess is that's why the Bush family and Trump were targeted. But that Seraphim stalking manual is wrong. Hopefully to protect the people that still are. The people in that book are hiding behind / pretending to be people who are actually the O-negative blood type, whom these people destroyed to assume our place in the Illuminati. I have the DNA to back it up. Plus I'm on a national blood donor registry. But believe it or not, the forked-tongued monsters really did destroy my life. They aren't like me at all.
I hope she realizes what the O-negative blood type.
Wow, this just went from like 2 to 11.
So any bets that she's going to bring up the principalities and then the thrones and I mean she's already started the ball rolling. She might as well get the whole crew.
And I'm waiting for the inconceivable too, somewhere down the line.
It's things like this that remind me of that article that, of course, Medium is left-wing because it's for intellectuals article. The Long family is the Bush family, and so is the Novak family. They did steal everything off me and my family, and are trying to keep that hidden still. My family are the descendants of Sacagawea, and they have been stealing off us since colonial slavery.
Did she spell that right?
I don't know.
Damn, does that mean she has a collection of those little gold Sacagawea dollar coins?
I bet the Long family stole them.
No, because then that would be a Sacagawea. See?
The Seraphim took all her coins.
Yeah, those damn seraphims. I'll tell you.
I would do anything to get away from them forever. Their ties to the CIA allowed that to happen. Fast forward to 2019, BJ Novak's family and others committed criminal identity fraud and signed contracts as me without consent, which makes any agreement null and void because I actually didn't sign anything to allow these terrorists to impersonate me.
Wait. BJ Novak, isn't that the guy who played Ryan from The Office?
Sounds like it.
I don't know, never watched it, but whatever the fuck this woman is on, I want some.
So he works for the CIA? And
no, he works for
so.
Act Blue because if she's having her signature and her identity being used to endorse and/or fund something, it's got to be an Act Blue.
I still want whatever. I still want whatever this woman is on because damn.
I wonder if Steve Carell knows about this.
No, God, please, no.
Everyone at my former employer, Cigna, participated in slavery and hate crimes by putting a V2K torture device in my head.
Oh,
What?
damn.
I did get Neuralink as whistleblower retaliation under completely false pretenses while getting dental implants. I'm being kept as an intellectual property slave for zero pay while monsters traffic out the Neuralink with the mafia. I
She
heard
does
it was...
realize that Cigna is never mind.
I'm being stalked by the California Angels and Major League Baseball.
Well, she seems to be throwing out
As
random
well as Johnny
company
Five.
names too. Like what? What's next? Is she going to be like, Nike was the one that made my shirts that strangled me, but I survived.
I'm being followed by Air Bud.
There's no rule saying a dog can't be a stalker.
Nike was the case that they gave me.
During my time on the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan and we had a child.
And we named him Seraphim.
I heard it was Terry Novak. I knew Terry was involved. Who did that?
Why does that name sound familiar?
She bought the exact same car and has a matching dog almost exactly like mine, because her fork-tongued family steals off of mine. I added a picture below. She's looks nothing like me. They all have forked tongues.
Are they from Jerusalem by chance?
I think she's even crazier than that.
I know, but damn.
And now on the lighter side of news, what if A Beautiful Mind was actually played by a retard?
I'm also a whistleblower. I used to work for Cigna.
That means she stands on street corners blowing an actual physical whistle.
Now, if this entire story...
It's a slide whistle.
There's a guy named Whistle.
No, if this entire story at the very end doesn't say, and this was my time with MK Ultra, I will be very disappointed.
Ted Kaczynski was my instructor.
and then at the end, and scene.
Oh my god.
I said, hey Ted, why you...
Timothy McVeigh.
I said, hey Ted, why don't you try using the mail?
Like, hey Ted, you're gonna have such an explosive
Ted, you know
future.
that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
I would love to see Back to the Future, but it's about like terrorists and stuff.
Oh my god, I see DARPA there. Please tell me that I'm right with MK Ultra. Oh my god, that would be like the forecast of all forecasts.
No, it's Back to the Future, but the terrorists that killed Doc steal the time machine
and use it to fly into the World Trade Center, but in like 1980.
No. They kill the people that design it, so it never gets built.
Oh fuck. What? Take footage of like the planes flying toward the World Trade Center, and then they like disappear with like the flame trail, like in Back to the Future.
Just the chemtrail, but it's on fire.
playing the music. Back next time for part 2.
But what about the box cutters? Where we're going, we don't need box cutters.
No, what'll happen is you'll see the planes, but just as they get to the trade center, they'll get struck by lightning, and then flame trails all the way through, and the buildings collapse.
Get out.
Let's see. I used to work for Cigna. My leaders there had torture devices put in people's heads because people in a hate group work at the top. Those same people led a domestic terror group of high school dropouts and cops in the KKK in Jacksonville, Florida, access these chips and push people to commit shootings because people are tortured on them all day.
Wow, that's one hell of a sentence, dude. Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
Oh, I think Jack was involved. Yeah.
It was too much. Yeah. Jack just got banned.
So we got too close to the truth, and Jack had to bail.
Yeah, I noticed you dropped out there, Jack, when we started talking about the domestic terror group.
Jack,
that's awful suspicious, Jack. Are you a seraphim?
Did you dig too greedily and too deep, Jack?
Can you hear us?
He's not talking. He's not talking.
Jack 05, man. Jack 05.
Blink twice if you
Blink
you're in trouble.
twice if you understand me.
I'm beginning to suspect he doesn't really like boobs.
What? Oh, who doesn't?
Liar. All right.
I know.
Okay. They are trafficked out for intellectual property. I'm blacklisted from working because they used to the government and DARPA to have them placed.
They used to. Oh my god. Grammar. It's a thing.
You're blacklisted from work because of your protection order.
No, that's African American listed.
I think you witch politicians
List
thought
of
this was
color.
funny. These are human rights abuses committed in the Islamic world. This is tied to the.
Is the Islamic world called Muhammadabad?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Right.
That means I can go home for the day. Bye, everybody.
Hey, Keith. There are a lot of straight chicks out there that will see a pair of boobs and be like, "Yep, those are nice boobs."
This is tied to the Ortiz family being terrorists. One of my first friends in Miami was a woman named Shirley Perez, and she met a soldier she started dating named Eugenio Ortiz. He used to be stationed in Jacksonville, my hometown, a place I will always refer to as Hillbilly Shitkick, which is full of hate groups and the Bush family.
Wow, that's a hell of an association.
It's full of Home Depots and fast food restaurants. I've been there.
There are racists and bigots everywhere. And then there's the Bush family.
How can you say a place is full of the Bush family? I don't think even the 2000s White House would have been described as full of the Bush family. Shortly after they met, he was sent to either Afghanistan or Iraq, where was captured.
But
He gave them information about seraphim colonies in the USA, likely at the behest of G.W. Bush, and they let him go. I donated blood shortly after September 11th, and basically outed myself as O-negative type unknowingly, and have been targeted ever since. He moved to Virginia with Shirley Perez, whom he married because he got a job in the CIA. Consequently, the Bush family sacrificed me to a bunch of Muslims since he was the POTUS at the time.
then how the hell are you here writing this article if you were sacrificed, you stupid ass?
Because she came back as a seraphim, duh.
Are you living your second life now?
Yeah, Moonshock. This person is schizophrenic. Jesus.
No freaking shit, dude.
She's
It all
really
makes
milking
sense.
her.
And she's died already.
Why are
so
you
that's
trying to make
amazing.
sense of what she's saying? She's mentally ill.
The fact that she's pulling in all these different people. How many fucking personalities you got locked away in that gourd of yours?
It's like you're watching like Fight Club or saying, "Wow, he's got multiple personalities." You know, I don't think this guy's well.
And Moonshock, she's really milking her 15 minutes of Seraphim.
Well, I mean, this person can like go and be the Brady Bunch all in one person. I mean, every single fucking person on that grid of 9 is her face.
And even Alice. Especially Alice.
Gino's father, Carlos Ortiz, molested my daughter on the park when she was a toddler, then bought the townhouse next to me, shortly after I bought my first home. I remember when I met Gino's sister, Angela, and she had a speech impediment, so they have forked tongues too. I dislike the USA now, but terrorism is worldwide. These people are traitors and terrorists who deserve the death sentence.
Those sons of bitches.
I'm Jewish and don't hate Muslims.
There it is. That truth comes out.
But their targets were likely Donald Trump in New York and Bush in Washington, D.C. It's funny because they seem to have the same agenda. In the modern-day world, most of the Muslims in the USA now seem to be right-wing Nazis. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, you're wrong. There you go.
You know,
I'm just doing what you want.
I don't remember Allahu Akbar, fuck Donald Trump being on the list for 9/11. So interesting.
If I was a Muslim, I would totally make it like a fucking food truck that's just called Allahu Snack Bar. You know, and it would make
That-
millions.
That is a very original joke.
No, everyone says it, but is there actually somebody that would be that bold to make something called Allahu Snack Bar and just make it a fucking food truck?
I
That-
still prefer the ice cream place called 2 Scoops 1 Cup. I'm convinced that God wanted fork-tongued demons to shut up and let me speak. That's why they have a speech impediment. God gave them a speech impediment.
What?
Because of his ties to intelligence, these people found everyone I met and got them involved in a neo-Nazi group, involuntary servitude, and slavery of the Illuminati. I have always been powerless and only earned $75K per year tops.
Only, huh? Wow. So, sucks to be you, huh?
What job can you be schizophrenic out at and make 75 grand a year?
Reddit.
Have you-
I'll write for more. I'll write for Medium.
If you work for
Yeah.
fucking the government, 75 grand is like a start.
Jack, have you ever seen Twitch before? I was always told that I was lucky to have that, despite going to college and having more education than my older superiors. This story was originally published on Quora.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Chris Long and his wife, whom I believe to be Shonda Grimes. Shonda Grimes.
Are you
Not
sure,
sure
you're
if-
not Shonda Grimes?
You don't say.
Not sure if
The-
they're
Shonda Grimes?
not sure if they're still married. I believe that he is going by Christopher Ray Jr.
She could be a staff writer at The Atlantic.
Not to be confused with Christopher Ray Sr.
Oh, very good.
I-
Is that her? No, that's not her.
Hold on. I think this ends with like one of the funniest pictures I've seen in an article.
Oh, this has got to be good. So where is it? That one right there? Oh my God. Wow.
You should have saved that one for the caption contest.
Always the ones you expect.
The dog was
Oh,
behind it the whole
I-
time.
I love those. I love those news gaffes when they do that shit too. But
It cuts to the board behind the guy, and it's just pictures of the dog everywhere.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those pesky seraphim.
Wasn't for
See?
those pesky sexual predators.
Oh shit.
Whoever's
Moon's dogs
dog
are in
barked,
on it.
That was the best ever. I mean, it's like they did it at the west. Oh my fucking god! I can talk at the best time.
Moon's dogs are in on it.
No, those weren't mine.
Those are mine.
Oh shit. Johnny, get out of there.
It's a sleeper cell.
Cut to Johnny's house exploding.
Dark bluesy guitar riff.
I still want to know how many fucking personalities this woman's got, because damn, that was a very multifaceted article.
This was very educational.
I hope
If
you all
by
learned
educational you
something.
mean-
I know I did.
Only Frosted can turn a 5-minute read into a 30-minute presentation.
I mean, to be fair, it is dense with information.
Well, it did say 5-minute read 2 days ago. Maybe now it's been inflated, inflation and all that. So 5-minute read 2 days ago turns into like a 45-minute read today. In today's
I
time.
mean, say what you want about her, but she gets to the point very quickly.
yeah, no shit. But
She does not futz around.
I am disappointed though because there was no mention of MK Ultra. So
What
Damn.
that point is, I have no idea, but she got there.
All right. But with the end of the first article comes the first game.
yay!
That is Sad Libs
The best.
Double Prompt Edition.
The best game. And 6, this is where you say second best.
What?
No habla inglés.
Yeah, see.
No.
So this will be 60 Diamantis. You have to change the name.
This is where I...
Right now, I would be speaking in an Australian accent, but I don't do one of those.
This is where I take 4 headlines from Medium and take out 2 words, and you guys fill those in Mad Lib style, and the chat votes on which is best.
Chunky. Oh, wait. It's not my turn.
No, you're not the one filling in. Okay, so Jack, I need a male person.
Well, in honor of our guest in absentia, I'll have to say Terry Diamantis.
I was hoping you'd say BJ Novak. All right, Moon, I need an adjective.
Psychotic, would that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I did say chunky, but we won't include that one. So.
And 6, I need an adjective.
Adjective, huh?
Yeah.
Spremmy.
Sprem? As in, like, covered in sprem?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Two M's. 2 M's, yes.
Well, Terry, I'm sorry, but you're not going to win this week.
All right, Johnny, I need a type of person.
A priest.
Let's see.
If that's what we're going to war, something like that. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine. It could be a profession or demographic or whatever. Let's see. Okay. Moon, give me a specific place.
Would Turkish bath work?
That's not specific.
Are we talking like fucking your mom's house or something like that?
I mean, that could work. Like a
There you
place that
go.
there's only one of.
Yeah, there you go. Your mom's house.
So is it my mom's house?
Just put in your mom's house. Because that could be very specific for anybody. It doesn't matter. Just say your mom's house.
All right, let's see. And 6, give me a living thing plural.
Sprem.
Oh my God, enough of this fucking sprem shit. Because you're talking about mine.
I don't think that's going to count for living thing plural.
Okay. Seraphim.
Oh dear God. Is the plural of seraphim?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I think
winning this one. Thanks,
I for one believe that the next 6 minutes should fill in all the answers for us. Just leave us out of the equation completely.
Type of
All
person,
the answers
sprem.
will be a variation of sprem.
All right, Johnny, I need a type of person.
Whore.
A sprem carrier. Didn't you know?
All right, and Jack, I need a specific place.
Frosted's basement.
Damn. So we got his mom's house and his basement? Shit.
A priest in the basement. That's got some promise to it.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. I remember what this is. All right. Okay, Jax is Terry Diamantis denies charges of incest and can spend the rest of his life in your mom's house if found guilty.
Oh,
May
early contender.
May I remind you all that Terry is currently visiting family. That's okay. So Moon's UK Supreme Court rules that psychotic seraphim aren't women under the Equality Act 2010.
Nah. I won't win this week. Sorry, guys.
All right, and 6 is God didn't impregnate Mary. A spremmy whore did.
Ew.
It would. I think it would have worked
Spermy
better
whore.
if he went with spermy whore.
Hmm.
All right, and now Johnny's This priest survived the Holocaust by jumping off a train to Frosted's basement.
Oh my god.
It's the Underground Railroad going through Frosted's house.
How did they know about that?
We heard you are hiding the Jews here.
The Diary of Frosted Glass.
I was running my own Holocaust out of my basement. Alright.
The original basement startup.
So, gonna start a poll so check everyone which is best.
The Frosted's list.
I think it's mine. Jax. I think mine takes this one.
Either you or Johnny.
So life in your mom's house.
And we have like less than half as many likes as we do viewers.
What?
I think they're Seraphim, and they probably plan 9/11.
With the DARPA chief.
I think that the best part about mine is that it doesn't really make sense if you think about it, but it's like just the your mom line. It doesn't work as a your mom joke, but it's just
funny.
Oh yeah.
And 6, what is this I hear about you not doing impressions? How dare you, sir? You should always do impressions.
So I thought I was impressionable enough.
Well, then you need to be more impressionable.
All the more reason.
That's right. Get good impressions.
I get the impression that you'd like me to be better at impressions.
Where did that impression come from? I don't understand.
It was quite impressive.
No, Spud, I did not vote for myself. Whoever voted for me, shame on you.
All right. Well, I think I can end this poll with Jack at 78%.
It probably was Jack. Jack is fucking. I'm not gonna vote for myself.
Holy crap!
Jack won with 77%.
That is the power of spread.
Yeah. Wait a second. Wait. 77 plus 11 is 88. That's only 95%.
So we're still waiting for the mail-in.
Where's the other 5%?
So the mail-in votes don't come in until 4 a.m.
Yeah, no. See, we ain't continuing this show until we get the rest of those mail-in votes.
And one of those Maryland votes is currently in El Salvador.
Oh
yeah.
All right. And now for our next article. I don't want to alarm you guys, but could natural wine ever be appropriated by the far right?
Only if it comes out of what was her name's never mind. Charlie Brown, really?
Johnny, they're coming after your fire water. It wouldn't be the first.
I don't know. I mean, Medium is the largest source of natural wine I've ever seen.
Oh, actually, that is your picture. Oh, okay.
Just look at raw
takes
milk.
My cerveza.
Bro.
And, what will I drink on Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, this is...
6, do you know about the Cerveza Crystal ads?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Picture is in chat, and the first thing I can think of is, hey, you guys! And the female version of Sloth.
Oh, boy.
I'd say, like, she had a stroke, maybe, but not retarded.
She has never heard of sleep.
She doesn't wear her own skin as a face mask.
Sloth love chunk.
Or she could just be British.
No,
she's an old woman.
She keeps her spare change under her eyes.
I miss the freedom and
she's like a 65-year-old woman.
Oh, she's a British writer living in Portugal.
And the very
she's a feminist. There you go.
And the very first word of this article tells me that I don't want to be her friend. Whilst the sun dipped.
Whilst, yeah.
The sun dipped in the sky over a stunning vineyard. My husband and I sat down with a natural winemaker in Germany to discuss his winemaking philosophy.
Oh God.
I hate everything about this person already.
I hate everything about you.
That was a good album.
This may strike our viewers as
Thank you.
harsh, but I think everyone in this story should die.
Wow. Damn.
We heard what you normally hear from winemakers on the natural side of things. No synthetic chemicals in the vineyard or winery, spontaneously fermented juice, no fining, filtration, or added sulfites. Much of his winemaking, he told us, is by feel and instinct. He works biodynamically, whatever the fuck that means, but doesn't trust the certification bodies enough to become certified himself. He deeply cares about the environment.
Drinking at least 10% this guy's urine.
Yeah.
Well, at least make it 100% organic.
You might as well put it in a big jug with 3 X's on it. Right. So here I am, sat with a winemaker who doesn't trust big wine. Someone who would never dream of using chemicals in their products. Someone who is making what could be considered a healthier version of wine, a cleaner version.
With urine.
No black people involved at all.
Now with urine.
Truly pure.
Here is my question for you. Knowing what I've told you about this winemaker, is he a left-leaning liberal environmentalist, a crunchy, or could he be politically aligned with movements like Make America Healthy Again?
Oh, he's definitely crunchy.
He's crunchy. Even if he doesn't think he's crunchy, he is.
His socks are crunchy. And why is it so hard to tell the difference? This was back.
This is extremely easy.
It's called nose blindness.
I see the 3 dots. Oh, fuck. Never mind.
This was back in 2015. In this winemaker's case, I learned through our discussions that he could be described as a crunchy.
What the hell is a crunchy?
Oh, big surprise.
Crunchy has historically been used to describe liberal, environmentally friendly views, like a strong belief in the virtue of eating whole, natural foods, or when someone is anti-chemicals / anti-additives. Think backyard chickens and secondhand clothes for the kids. Or secondhand chickens. Crunchy types are also often considered defiant and anti-mainstream, which sounds like many natural winemakers in a nutshell.
No. Crunchy people are naturalists in that they believe in they believe in the purity through nature argument. They don't believe in anything scientific. They just have this vague sense that if it's natural, it must be good for them, which is just not true at all.
Well,
there was a witch doctor.
It's not that they're like, not scientific. It's just that they're not mechanically scientific.
They're like food Luddites.
Yeah.
But this is no longer 2015. Now we have the crunchy to alt-right pipeline. The idea that liberal rhetoric can become a gateway to far-right politics.
I, for one, am all in favor of keeping the faggots on the left. Faggots to the left.
Homos to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with Jack.
Oh.
The New York Times goes one step further and recently wrote that crunchy is not only similar to the alt-right, but has been claimed by them. Since the election of Trump, #crunchy has evolved again, overlapping with #Maha or Make America Healthy Again, a politically right cry of health, freedom, and choice. I'm very interested in where natural wine sits within this political climate because, alcohol content aside, it's perfect fodder for Maha types. There are no chemicals involved. There are few, if any, additives. They're defiant against big wine, against big agriculture. From what I have seen
I've only ever seen I've only ever seen like one thing out of the #Maha, and it's a black guy trying to lose 100 pounds. That's the only thing I've seen on it. So, yeah, go ahead and point out the black guy and call him a MAGA guy.
As far as I've seen, nothing's come out of the RFK shit. I mean, I haven't heard any news stories about it. I don't know what's really happening with it. As far as I know, it's a total non-starter.
So just listen to this author here. There are just some people that are hell bent on dying on the in group out group hill. They're just defiant. That they're the last ones clutching the flag and with white knuckles as they perish from being consumed by whatever.
I love it's not that, liberals and, the right could possibly agree on this thing. It's that wine has become a right-wing extremist.
Well,
it's always one or the other. It's this bullshit in-group, out-group garbage that keeps everybody apart.
Well, it's also the reason why I think of crunchy people as being generally hypocrites, because they don't really believe. I don't think that they really believe in health. I think that they believe in the illusion of health. I think they look at health as a fashion accessory.
They use health as an advertising platform for themselves and wag the finger at anybody that dare fall anywhere right of their opinion spectrum.
The ones who pay $20 for hummus at Whole Foods. From what I have seen during my 12 plus years in wine, natural wine has avoided the crunchy to alt-right pipeline. But I wonder, could they be caught up in the far right's vision of health, food, and wellness? And if it ever is, what does that mean for the movement? I can't shake off what happened to raw milk. Whilst raw milk has become the symbol of the far right in recent months.
You should be thrown into traffic.
It never used to be. Quite the opposite, in fact. As Politico.com says, in the 2000s, there was never any question what slice of the political spectrum this organic food revolution, raw milk, belonged to. Liberals, of course. Anyone who has paid attention to food discourse in the last year or so will know this is no longer the case. Raw milk has become the epicenter of a food culture war. The far-right movement in a bottle. There are, of course, differences between natural wine and raw milk. For example, one is wine and one is milk.
Yeah.
Not least that natural wine isn't an illegal category of wine. But there are similarities.
On today's episode of Questions That Can't Be Answered, what does the author think is wrong about someone on the right having the same philosophy about health as her?
Because you can't share a philosophy with them, otherwise you're far right. It's just impossible.
It's in group, out group. It's in group.
I mean, according to her idea of what the right is supposed to be, they used to just be a far right person. Now they're a far right person concerned with health. This is somehow a bad direction, according to her.
So everybody needs to die of a heart attack at 32.
If I could still comment, I would just be like, how do you know you weren't far right the whole time?
I'm curious if this woman is vaxxed or not.
I don't know. It's two contradicting beliefs.
Yeah, it's you would have to be a total and utter hypocrite to be vaxxed and to be espousing this health nonsense about this naturalism shit.
There are, of course. Okay. All right. Both have an anti-mainstream vibe. Both claim health benefits. Raw milk also fits very nicely into what conservative writer Rod Dreher put in his 2002 essay, Crunchy Cons. Conservatism is in part defined by the belief that, generally speaking, small and local in particular and old are better. Small producers working with local products in a particular way that uses old methods. That sounds like raw milk, all right. It also sounds like natural wine. You can argue that natural wine is unlikely to go the same way as raw milk because it contains a big no-no, alcohol. Because as we all know, people on the right refuse to drink. Donald Trump doesn't drink, and neither does RFK Jr. Democratic states tend to have more liberal liquor laws than Republican ones. Alcohol is already a contentious subject, with the Surgeon General keen to make it even more so with his suggestion of putting health warnings on alcohol labels. There are two big buts here.
I mean, in fairness, we already do that with like every other drug on the planet.
Yeah, so
my
I'm
most
sure people
main
would stop
character in
drinking.
my books owes his name to a warning label on a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah, because I'm sure that people would stop drinking if they put those stickers on.
I mean, for the record, I don't think that there should be any of these fucking labels on anything. I think it's stupid, but at the same time, it seems a little bit unfair that every other drug except for alcohol should need a warning label, and alcohol is just exempt because people like it.
I'm fine with them putting on the stickers so that way, there's no way of saying, oh, I didn't know it could cause cancer and yada, yada, yada. But, once they're...
Did somebody say cancer?
But,
yeah, it should be on this article.
I'm being informed by Braniel that they already have warning labels on alcohol.
But I mean, like, once people are informed, like, stop doing the whole, huge taxes on cigarettes and all that stuff, and like trying to make people healthier by government fiat. Like, if people want to be unhealthy, just that's their choice.
I've always been curious whenever someone proposes a new tax. I always ask, what did the government do to earn that money? And nobody is ever able to provide an answer. It's the damnedest thing. It's almost as though the government is just the de facto swear jar of the country.
Someone should ask, like, 5 things they did recently or something. First, despite sober leaders, America is still the world's biggest consumer of wine. People are still drinking it, even if not in the quantities they used to. No, that's whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still don't know. Yeah, does it have an E? Second,
for a wee nip of Irish whiskey.
Why does it sound like an old witch? Would you like an apple? Okay. Second, America is not
still better than Snow White.
Yeah. Instead of the witch, it's just an Irishman.
Oh, don't you dare touch Six's bourbon, or else he'll have to have a word with you.
Second, America is not the only country in the world seeing a rise in far-right politics. Here in Europe, Portugal has Chega, something like that. France has the Chega. Right. France has the National Rally. Italy has Fratelli d'Italia.
Fratelli? It's Goonies?
I assume it translates to I cook a da pizza.
I find the pirate ship.
Germany has Alternative for Deutschland. All of these are winemaking countries where wine is widely drunk. You could even argue it's considered your patriotic duty in countries like these to open a bottle of local wine. To think that the far right would never adopt natural wine because it contains alcohol is not looking at the wider world picture.
Well, what the hell are you talking about? This is something that you have totally and utterly made up in your mind. You have no you were just sitting there being like, well, they're very health conscious all of a sudden. I hope that they're okay with the wine that I like. Why aren't they okay with the wine that I like? Those bunch of Nazis.
These countries drink wine. The right is also seeing headway in them. Coincidence?
Well, would there be a difference in taste if wine was not alcoholic?
I don't know. I don't really drink wine.
I don't drink at all, so I have no idea. That's why. Okay, fine. If they have a big problem with alcohol, then take it out. Done. Problem solved.
Braniel confidently informs me that alcohol-free wine sucks.
I wouldn't know. I don't really care.
Grape juice.
Yeah.
Yes.
These European political parties want votes. They want to change people's values to reflect their own. And if there's only a thin line between crunchies and the far right, appropriating a natural wine could be a way to gain the support of another group. It's not such a crazy thought.
I always.
Are you sure?
So what's the difference between crunchies and a granola?
My own journey.
The brand name.
No, Tier. It's only purple drink if you're black. You gotta get that right, man.
I wish to live in a world where the crunchies and the granolas are able to see eye to eye with each other.
I thought you were going to say, I wish to live in a world without blacks. My own journey with natural wine was certainly down the liberal side. Environmentalism was drummed into me from a young age, and I was a bit of a green crusader. When I got into wine, it was the natural side that interested me the most. I thought the wines were more interesting, more energetic. I preferred hanging out with natural winemakers whose values I admired, rather than the suited marketing executives from big wineries who only cared about profits.
Can we shoot this woman off a natural cliff with a natural cannon?
A naturally growing cannon found in a forest.
Cannon tree.
And who is this, like, big wine? Like, who's the Monsanto of wine? All right. It stands to reason that I would open a store and bar that specialized in natural and slow intervention wines. But we didn't always shout about that. Partly because we didn't go in for the cloudy, funky stuff so many people associate, wrongly in my opinion, with natural wine. And partly we lived in a politically conservative part of the UK. This was 2013. The crunchy to alt-right pipeline wasn't yet the phenomenon it is now. So it was interesting to watch what happened to perceptions of natural wine during my store and bar stewardship. There. So, in the beginning, our wines were considered a bit too out there for some of our more conservative clients. I remember a customer in the early years, someone very invested in wine, declaring that all organic wines are made by hippies and taste like a farmyard. Then natural wine. She doesn't say, so I'm guessing no. Then natural wine exploded in the UK. I mean, with all the Muslims, a lot explodes in the UK. And became every hipster's go-to drink. Those who had moved from London to my town an hour away would visit our store asking for orange wine. No added sulfites wine. The funkier the better wine. And then, and this is important, there were the healthy types. Those who didn't want to go sober but were invested in what they put in their body. During the mid to late 2010s, there was a slew of op-ed pieces on the health and environmental benefits of natural wine, and a certain market evolved from there. People would come in asking for wines that won't give them a headache, or wine that don't have additives.
Good God, do you ever shut up?
Are you talking to the author or me?
Pick your poison, Frosty.
Jack, get in his basement now.
Yeah. No jumping off the train for you. Wine became self-care, and while self-care isn't inherently conservative or politically right-leaning, it does dovetail into the wellness market, a market that is increasingly being appropriated by the far right. Oh my god, the far right stole health.
Only true liberals believe in GMOs.
Unless you want to be a right-wing extremist, you have to get unhealthy now. Well, the overlap of, or as The Guardian says in their article, the dark side of wellness. While the overlap of left-wing, magazine-friendly wellness and far-right conspiracy theories might initially sound surprising, the similarities in cultures, in ways of thinking, the questioning of authority, of alternative medicines, the distrust of institutions are clear. So is it completely crazy that a famous, wellness-obsessed trad wife with far-right views could turn up on social media extolling the virtues of natural wine? If not in America, then in Europe? There doesn't seem to be any evidence that natural wine has yet been appropriated, either by consumers or the winemakers themselves.
This is the most nothing burger of all that's ever nothinged. You've said nothing. Nothing has made it. This has just been... Natural wine is good. I hope they don't take it. That's the whole article. That's the whole thing.
And every time I see the 3 dots, I'm like, oh my God, thank God the article's over. And then this fucking bitch just keeps going.
They have ways of making you eat pesticides.
This is why. No. Just saying a word, just saying a physical word that's on the page is not a point. There's no point to any of this. This is ridiculous. This is all a lie.
All it took was natural wine to ruin Jack.
I hope for Jack's sake, at the very bottom of this, there's like a TLDR that just says, natural wine is the best.
They came for the raw milk, but I said nothing, for I didn't drink raw milk.
Natural wine, now from Gumsky Farms.
Let's see. Okay. In fact, whenever I've spoken to natural winemakers about their politics and value systems, that would be hundreds of times over, I've found many of them to be on the liberal side of the spectrum.
We don't care. Just get on with it.
But if the far right decides it wants to funnel natural wine drinkers down that crunchy to alt-right pipeline, or make it part of their culture war, we in the natural wine world must be prepared for how that might look. They came for raw milk. I found that up before I read that part. Only time will tell if they come for natural wine too. After all, stranger things have happened.
Are we done yet? Please say yes.
Yes.
Something strange would be a benefit to this article.
This fucking woman is so insufferable.
Most boring, insufferable bullshit I've ever heard. In no part of that entire article did she even approach having a point.
See, now, if Jack had an account, he'd be like,
what's that one with the prison wine?
What, toilet wine?
I think they already have it with prison wine.
Oh.
Let's see. A fascinating and nuanced exploration of how cultural symbols, even something as specific as natural wine, can become part of a broader ideological narratives.
That one right there.
Stop saying natural wine.
Greg Dempster. So is a squishy the polar opposite of a crunchy?
Thought-provoking and very timely. Oh, I like this. Sorry, hated the article. Pretentious dross.
Pretentious dross. Wow, this person is sophisticated.
Pretentious dross. Yeah, if that's not the most pretentious thing you could ever say in a comment section.
I like that this person has the most claps.
Well, that person's name is Swathi Rao, and they have she/her pronouns. Ooh. Seriously. Double it. Maybe like put it up to like 88. It'll double where it was before. He's gonna go all the way to 100, aren't you?
No, you can only go up.
I can only do 50.
Oh, okay. And this guy's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm so important now." He's gonna get this gigantic, overinflated sense of self.
This is fascinating as always.
I love this. Amazing. And read my article, please.
Oh my god. Thanks for sharing. Fuck off. Oh, look, there's a medical doctor.
Keeverdam says, I didn't know you could send more than one clap. This article gave everyone the clap, Keeverdam.
It's got 797. You need to round it up to 800.
If this were the titular article, I would have called the stream, "It's the Great Vineyard, Charlie Brown." All right.
That was the most awful thing. Frosted, if I ever meet you in person, I'm going to beat the ever-loving shit out of you.
Well, he's the only one left.
For that title or the article?
Just for you being you in general, you little shitbag.
All right.
Thank you for being you.
But I better get a birthday text.
You know what? He's going to delete your contact information just because.
So you're no longer welcome in his
birthday, I'm
basement,
coming
Jack.
for your ass.
He'll have like the gun and a bomb and all that kind of shit. And the emoticons like, "Happy birthday, bomb gun."
Please elaborate what you mean by "I'm coming for your ass."
Put a little splurge of the green or of the 3 wet drops. Coming for your ass.
Of Sprem.
With the end of the second article comes the second game, which is for the chat only Italians, and that is the Caption Contest, where I'll show a picture of a political figure event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. So this week we have that congressman who went to visit the guy in El Salvador, the one who beats his wife.
I mean, is it okay? And this is a question for 6. What is it with fucking gang members or like I don't know, cholos and those fucking plaid shirts, dude?
It's one of those things that arose around the same time as when they started wearing bandanas. It was just something that it was easy to get a hold of that came in particular color schemes.
So plaid is more eye-catching for some reason.
For some reason, it was just it was easy to. It was cheap shirts that they could pick up.
Okay, then the second question is, what's with the hairnets?
All right, 6 is not our official Hispanic correspondent.
And now here is a midget in a bikini.
What is not widely known about Latinos is we don't like hair in our food.
All right,
especially our own.
I guess I'll count submissions from Brangel. All right.
Oh, come on, Devil Freezer. That was a good one. It said caption S. Just S.
Let's see. Sorry, but I do not believe they have tacos here.
Oh.
Let's see. Did someone say churros? I'm not sure if that's a caption or not.
Ooh, churros. I like churros.
Where did you get that baseball hat? So about that toilet wine recipe.
Oh.
My shirt is less gay than Tron. All right, that was just to provoke Moon.
No such thing as never mind.
Waiter, you forgot the tamales. You had me at hello. How's the food here? You make of the taco.
You make it a taco.
Six
You
is
make
my
it
fashion
taco.
coordinator.
Caption S.
So do they do anal search here? I'm asking for a friend.
Ew.
No, it's caption C.
Oh, okay. So add an I to that one. This is Sun's submission. Add an I to that. Devil for zero. It'll be a caption C.
Yeah.
Give it another few seconds. So who's a guy gotta blow to get some tacos?
Oh.
Let's see. So what happened to my child bride shipment?
Yes.
That's it. That's it. I'm timing
No.
out all of chat.
I couldn't resist it, man. I couldn't resist it.
No hablo inglés. I heard you beat women. I might have some work for you. I couldn't get much in with my prison pocket. Senor... for fuck's sake. All right, I'm cutting it off there.
When you're 6 family, you want free green card?
I am a busy beaver.
To all of the fallen, we salute you.
All right, so
Senor Biden, I need another green card.
Jack, which one are you going with?
I don't know. You kept deleting all the good ones. Okay, Rotten Corpses is pretty good. Speedy Gonzalez noises.
That one was after Frosted Cutter.
Oh, that's not allowed.
All right, I'll throw in James Colley's and Rotten Corpses. You're too dark to be a breakfast taco. And Speedy Gonzalez noises. All right, so
Yeah, that
Moon.
one was pretty good. I like that one.
No.
All right,
I
so
gotta go with Devil for Zero, caption S.
Okay.
No. Waiter, you forgot the tamales.
All right. 6.
What's that? 6 is my fashion coordinator.
All right. And Johnny.
No.
Stop you guys.
Who's the guy got to blow to get some tacos?
Oh.
Is that the second vote for that one?
I don't know. I think we've had one
Well,
vote.
I think we've all voted for different people so far.
Hi, Keith.
All right.
Happy early birthday.
I think I'd go
Although
with
I
Speedy.
do like that one. He like everyone's Easter. Is that one still on the list?
No. Sorry, that one's banned. All right. So I think I'll also go with Speedy Gonzalez noises. So
Night.
looks like Rotten wins.
And Mike R said hi, and so did Unit 731.
Hi, Mike R. Hi, Unit 731.
And she's going to bed, so
pet the
no more.
dogs for me.
She can pet one dog for you.
Okay, pet that dog.
6 is requesting you pet Savvy Butt.
Oh, he'll get plenty of love up in the bed. Hi, Tier.
He'll get what up in the bed?
Lots of love, and then she will.
Hi, Dante.
Okay, Son's gonna give lots of love to the dog up in the bed. Okay.
Frosted, you are one sick motherfucker.
She's the one who said it.
You know, Frosty, I think if I see you for the first time ever, I think I'd smack you upside the head.
Well, Jack said he's going to kill him, so there you go.
Well, that shows you
Yeah.
I'm into
Just
that.
stand in line.
Smack him first, and then Jack can kill him.
Night, everyone.
Frosted Glass's love
Hey.
language is receiving death threats.
No more good nights. No more good nights. She's going upstairs. So the next person that says good night, you will get nothing.
You'll get a timeout.
You will. Yeah, that's right. I will time your ass out.
Yeah. That would take too long.
I won't be loud anymore, baby.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
And
All right.
Good night. Whoever said good night.
James Colley did.
Good night,
You.
James.
Good night.
You know what? No.
All right. Well, for our next article, we're going to see once again how...
I told you not to.
What'd you delete?
Oh, I timed out James Colley for 60 seconds.
Oh wait, hold on.
All right, the caption
Caption
contest is over, Jack.
Am I gonna have to time you out there, Jack?
Dante, she already said goodnight.
Good night, Dante.
There you go.
What?
All right.
That's the last one.
Well,
It's whatever.
next-
What happened to Paco? I don't know. He went off. With Jack.
I think Paco's a seraphim. All right.
Hey, I cook a tobacco.
Well, for our next article, we're going to see once again how the left does not understand metaphors.
Oh dear God, why?
Why
Hey, we
Abraham...
heard this turn of phrase from the right, and we're about to get really, really pedantic with
Good
it.
night, Blue-Eyed Scream 76. Oh God, not her again! Fucking this.
Why
Well, I mean,
Abraham
she
Lincoln
is-
was never assassinated.
She is pleasant to look at, so I might as well go ahead and get her picture again.
Yeah, but you know it's going to be sticking your dick in crazy.
I'm not sticking my dick in anything that has crazy on it. Sorry, but I'll still put her picture up there. Don't even think about it, you fuckers. Shut up.
Tequila.
Tequila.
All right. Let's see. This letter was recently... All right. Do I have to put no Hispanic music?
No, he's taking all the fun out of it. I was gonna say this is eventually gonna end up with like no minorities.
Frostin's about to mute me.
This letter was recently found in the White House along with Abraham Lincoln's oldest preserved possessions. It has been copied into text to make it easier to read. December 20th, 1860. They wrote the date wrong. All right. From Abraham Lincoln to South Carolina. Dear citizens, I am aggrieved to hear that your state has seceded from the nation. Doing
Okay,
so
her
could lead...
picture is in chat if you want to do the whole smash or pass. Enjoy.
It's hard to tell how fat she is in that dress.
Oh, there's another picture of her, like a profile, so I can get that one if you want.
I'm grieved to hear that your state has seceded from the Union. Doing so could lead to a civil war, which would be wholly unnecessary. I take back anything I've said that drove you to this point. Because you see, we will not be going to war with you or insisting any longer that you and other states that enter the nation cannot have slaves.
I copied this to make it easier to read. In other words, I rewrote the whole thing.
We will not be calling that a systemic problem that our society must fix. We will accept whatever beating and treatment you want to give to fellow human beings.
Beating.
Because not all white people have slaves. I don't own slaves, for example.
What?
And as long as not all of us own slaves, it is no longer a problem that exists. I've come to
You own
realize...
slaves.
I no comprendo.
Oh.
I've come to realize that this is how things work. It is deep persecution to claim a group has done something horrible just because a large enough portion of them have done it for it to become a widespread problem.
I just did it to be popular.
Six no habla Hebrew.
If just one person in the group hasn't done it, even if 1 million others have done it, then you are harassing that one individual if you bring up what the 1 million others have done at all.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
Well, I have good news. None of us have owned slaves, not for hundreds of years.
What?
So now you're not talking about one group in a million. You're talking about literally none of us.
You're not supposed to admit that, Jack. Stop it.
So to try to say that white people have a slave-owning problem is hatred of them to the largest degree, because not all of them own slaves.
No, none of them own slaves. It's not that it's not fair. It's that it's not factual.
Yeah,
I wonder if it would ruin this woman's day if she knew that Abraham Lincoln did not really want them here either.
I actually looked it up, and let's see. In 1860, about 4.8% of white Americans owned slaves.
And
So,
how many of them were of a certain affiliation?
So, vast minority. But let's go with this woman's logic that if, a whole lot of them do something, then it's that group's problem. Let's see.
I'll be right back, guys.
So right now, about 16 to 17% of black people have been committed or convicted of felonies. So so apparently there's a felon problem with black people, according to her logic. A lot bigger problem than slavery.
So you might say that there's a crunchy to felon pipeline.
Yeah.
Crunchy to prison.
Well, we don't know if malt 40s are being taken by the far right yet.
But are they? Are they natural?
It's natural
40s.
Or malt liquor. That's what I was thinking of.
13% of granola commits 50% of the crunchy.
Commits 50% of the natural wine.
That's
natural drink.
It's like women voting. None of them can vote because us men keep saying they can't. Yet this also isn't something men did to them. They can't claim that they have been oppressed by men, because not all men are against women voting, and until they all are, it's like they can vote, even though they can't at all.
And women could vote.
Have you considered the possibility that the government was oppressing them?
Which means men, because all men had power over them. I find myself seeing a similar pattern with Christianity and its supposedly violent history. There was the Crusades and the Inquisition. People also fled to this country to get away from Christians, trying to force them to follow their religion. I'm pretty sure the ones who fled were also Christians, but, whatever. And I've had a vivid dream that one day Christians will try to force everyone to become Christian as well legally by passing oppressive laws, in the year of our Lord 2025, under a movement that they claim will make America great again. Oh damn, we're going to make everyone turn Christian? Nobody tells me these things. But that is also not a problem. Not a single person should be allowed to confront the Christians that someday might do this according to my vision of the future.
So much for Frosted Glass Witch.
I like that she's stretching this metaphor or whatever you want to call it so much that she's just making Lincoln sound insane. Because all Christians won't be like that, so calling Christians out on it would be akin to lighting a church on fire. I just want you to know that nothing bad actually exists. Anyone claiming they have been oppressed by a group in society should just be called a liar because all people in that group didn't hurt them.
Well, ma'am, you are a liar.
Abraham Lincoln was a crutchy seraphim.
So if you get hurt and you say white people hurt me, you're saying that that's inaccurate, or you're saying that that's necessarily accurate, and that if I was to say no, it was just a guy that hurt you, you would say that was inaccurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone should tell her about the concept of an individual. For example, an individual can wrong you without all of that person's demographic being guilty.
It's an individual. That's one of them crunchy to alt-right pipeline dog whistles.
So wait, if say for example a black person stabs you, does that mean that all black people are responsible?
Well, apparently, I mean, if it happens, then it's a problem with the black people, because it happens sometimes, and they are black. So yeah.
Well, see, we have to give them natural wine.
Natural wine prevents stabbings. And if only London will find out about this.
See, it's the GMOs and the not natural wine that makes you want to stab people.
Wine makes me want to stab people. I want that on a bumper sticker. Okay. Let us enjoy our rich white man privilege, which also doesn't exist because not all white men are rich. I should know, having grown up poor myself. The governor and I should get together for supper and toast the end of pain in the world. Because if we deny it exists, then we don't have to care that society never gets better. Thank God we ended this war before it started. Sincerely yours, Abraham Lincoln.
Damn. So what I'm gathering here is that pesticides save black lives.
You know, I get the feeling that this article isn't wholly historically accurate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I highly doubt that people were talking about privilege in the 1800s.
Absolutely searing in both its logic and parody, says Eric Sierra.
I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm starting to get the feeling that may not have been Abraham Lincoln at all.
I wonder how many people will read this and not realize that it's satire. Great work, Lilith.
This might be Abraham Lincoln Park.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a point. I don't really think that it's satire, but not necessarily the way you think.
It's Abraham Lincoln Continental.
It's just more evidence of the whole, like, the right understands how the left thinks way better than the left understands how the right thinks.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln Project?
Hopefully not.
All right. With just with less kidney diddling.
The left seems to think that the right is just totally retarded. Although then again, the right thinks that the left is totally retarded, but the difference is that they're not wrong.
Yeah, we know they're retarded. They think we're retarded.
We have the receipts that they're retarded.
They're so retarded that they eat their Abraham Lincoln logs.
Do you think this person likes black men?
I don't know. Probably. Like, even if she's not attracted to them, she would probably, out of guilt, think she has to pretend.
Yeah. Well, her ass looks big enough to probably attract a few. So, yeah, I would say she does.
All right. Well, with the end of the third article comes our final game.
Yeah, I mean, yay!
Yeah. And that is Poe or No Gender Edition, where I give you three... No, not that Poe.
Gender A, natural wine Coric.
And this is where
Gender B, Hellstrom gender.
This is where I give you three genders, two of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and one I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
Gender C, no bueno, Coric.
And I'll even give you a short description of each one.
Gender B, Paco gender.
The Irish one would be called County Coric. No,
it could be Katie Coric.
Not many people know Irish stuff. All right. So gender A, homie gender.
Oh, Tears, is this one yours?
Gender that changes depending on whether or not one is with their friend.
Oh, damn. I thought this was going to be like, oh, man, he in the hood. Gender according to people who live out in the ghetto.
I remember there was a little toy figurine that they have at the grocery store called Homies.
Oh yeah, they're the gumball machines.
Yeah.
All right.
I miss Muscle Men.
Those little pink guys with the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And gender B, drowsy.
What?
Gender related to bees, drowsiness, or drowsy bees.
The fuck? Whatever.
All right.
Frosted, you wouldn't happen to do beekeeping as a hobby, would you?
Yeah.
Or you're
me.
narcoleptic? You're a narcoleptic beekeeper?
I have a secret apiary. Yeah.
Oh, are you a monk too, by chance?
He keeps it in his basement.
Next to his homies.
Yeah.
Frosted, do you make mead?
And gender C, fox crown.
Fox crown?
Gender connected to foxes wearing crowns or fox royalty.
What?
All right, so I'll start a poll for the chat.
So Rupert Murdoch, huh?
Oh, no. See, Frosted's been watching too many Carfax commercials.
And don't forget one of the options that they're all real.
That was supposed to be funny, motherfuckers. Laugh.
I'd like to vote for the Pokemon.
Hey, you didn't laugh at my County Corrick joke. Only someone in chat did.
Oh, okay.
Spud Gun. Yeah, Spud Gun understands me.
Spud's down with the homie gender.
But is he down with the sickness?
All right. Well,
Man, you motherfuckers have got no sense of humor. I swear to God.
So, Jack, which one are you going with?
The Pokemon.
Girl.
Which one's the Pokemon?
You know the one.
Drowsy bee? Fuck, I don't know.
Well, fuck it. Of course it's Drowsy Bee.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You copied
That's
me.
a fucking Pokemon.
Oh, thank you, Keith. See, at least Keith gets my jokes.
That's a Pokemon?
Drowsy bee? No, that's like. Isn't there one called like?
It sure as shit sounds like one.
There's a Snorlax.
Is there a Pokemon that sounds like Drowsy?
Yeah, there is actually. But I think
Yeah,
that Drowsy
there is
Bee
one called
sounds like
Drowsy.
a Pokemon, so I'm calling it a Pokemon.
That's
All right,
the
I'll
drowsy
take your word for
Paco.
All
Well,
right,
can I undo mine since Jack actually?
I went to my Pokemon correspondent and he said there's one called Drowsy.
Yeah, no one's here to read to us from the Pokemon wiki. All right. And
Our Poke
all right,
expert is not here tonight.
so Moon, what are you going with?
Well, since Jack took mine, I will have to go with homie gender.
I mean, you can vote for the same one.
No.
see that's a crunchy to alt right pipeline.
Yeah.
All right, and
That's the
6.
homie to alt-right.
6, where are you going with?
I
Don't
guess B.
All right,
Six.
And,
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
and Johnny.
In the spirit of Easter, I would say B, but I'm going to go with all real.
All right. Now let's see. Chat is going B, followed by all real.
Also, I will notice that B is a B.
I never would
Which
have
I
gotten
think
that
Frosted
one.
did on purpose because you're an asshole.
Frosted just wants you to suck.
Come over here now.
Oh, and Keith posted the link to the article about Drowsy. All right. Give it a few more seconds. All right. So, looks like chat went with B. All right. And the answer is B is fake.
You son of a bitch, Jack. You stole mine.
I just fucking threw out a letter. I guess the most
Stop.
funny one to me.
You stole my crown. You stole my fox crown, Jack. How dare you?
Hey, here's an idea. Why have you tried not being a faggot?
He tried, it just wouldn't take.
It was that damn crunchy to alt-right pipeline.
Yeah, I'm such a squishy.
And
They're always after your Lucky Charms.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
And this one I actually thought of because a bee got into my house, and I trapped it in an empty ZQuil bottle,
Oh my god.
Oh.
and it's looking pretty drowsy. It's not moving much.
You killed it? Why didn't you just release it?
Oh, sorry, I'll do CPR on it.
Oh, you're a bit late for that.
All right, and now the
Don't
flags.
you die on me, damn it.
It's just
Homie
hanging
Gender-
out there. That's the apartment now.
If Homie Gender isn't like the head of Homie the Clown on a background that's just all black, I'll be very disappointed.
All right.
It should
Well-
be. It should just be the little plastic figurines on the flag.
Or a couple
Alright.
of black hands holding guns.
All right. Well, the homie gender is a really boring one,
Oh, it's
But,
gonna have stripes.
so I had to make my own.
It's the German flag.
Oh my god, really?
I had to make
Okay.
my own. But first, I'm just gonna say, all you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Huh? Oh.
I don't get that reference.
I'm not following.
It's a San Andreas.
Ah.
GTA
Oh,
San
that's right.
Andreas.
Yep.
That's big smoke. He's
don't-
going to have 2 number 9s, number 12 with extra fries, 2 number 49s. with
Is he a
extra
Chinese
dip.
restaurant or something?
All right, and here's the one for Fox Crown, which, you know, it's not just stripes.
Eh,
Just
He
stripes.
actually has a crown.
Incredibly
on.
gay.
still gay.
All right, but of course that's not all.
Of course not.
Wait, are you saying that there's more to this game? There's more?
But wait, there's more.
More?
And
You
a
want
Diet
more?
Coke.
Just put Jonathan Frakes' big sexy face in the middle of my screen, okay?
All right. Is porno gender edition too retarded for TV? Or I give you a gender that's too retarded for you guys to think I thought of it, but also too retarded not to share. All right.
Okay.
And this one is one of the most self-aware ones I've seen. And that is Rain Pride Cringian. And this is a xenogender related to rainbow beads, pronoun candy, being cringe, and pride.
Frosty made this one up.
Holy-
That's my guess.
God.
At least this one knows it's cringe. And here's the flag.
Jumbled mess of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
yep.
Wow.
Catch the fucking rainbow, bitch.
I can see a Pop-Tart cat flying through space right now.
yes.
It's causing me to smell toast.
That looks more like snow than rain, but whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like my eyes need to file Title IX.
It doesn't even a very good or believable rainbow either. That looks just dumb.
I feel like USAID is funding my research in Cambodia.
That's like a pastel version of M&M's. Like, is it fucking Easter? Yes, it is. Okay, pastel M&M's.
All right. But now it's time for our final article, which I will not
Thank
give you
you,
the title of.
God. But at least give me the author so I can look this motherfucker up, unless that'll give it away too. No, on second thought, don't worry about it. Just go to the article. I'm too tired for this shit.
All right. There's the author's name.
Can you please take the test pattern off the screen for Christ's sake?
Just Razor?
That's
You
all
may-
it's listed.
Okay, let's see if this person has a
right.
picture.
Our broadcast
Oh.
has ended.
Nope, no picture. This guy's a fag. Next.
White liberals love to romanticize resistance. They swear
God, this must be a black guy. Okay.
They swear year after year, post after post, that had they lived through the civil rights movement, they would have been different. They would have marched with Dr. King. They would have stood outside Little Rock High School. They wouldn't have let lynchings happen in silence.
No, they would have been really loud about their lynchings, because that's when you get lynched, you go like, ah! There you go. See, loud lynching, done.
Well, they're Democrats, so they would have joined in, probably.
Okay, well, so black people, they're really loud when they're lynched. All right, have a good night, everybody.
They're all Jussie Smollett.
Yeah. But the truth is, many of them are living through a modern-day lynching, and they're watching it unfold behind a screen with their mouths shut.
Okay, where is this happening, and I want to attend?
Well, we're gonna find out. All right. Let me remind you of a story of a man named Jed. All right. One they never taught in school.
Oh yeah, he couldn't keep his family fed.
In July,
he was out shooting at some food.
And up from the ground come a bubbling crude.
Bubbling crude, yeah.
Black gold, Texas tea.
Texas tea.
Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
In July of
19...
19...
you better move away from there.
Beverly.
They said Beverly Hills is the place you could be, so
Hillbillies.
he packed up the car and he moved to Beverly.
Swimming pools.
Movie
stars.
Movie stars.
In July of 1946,
Beverly Hillbillies.
in Walton County, Georgia. Okay.
I got two.
So about that Jed and that.
In July of 1946, in Walton County, Georgia, a black couple named George and Mae Murray Dorsey were lynched
Don't you mean
alongside
Jed?
were lynched alongside Roger and Dorothy Malcolm.
Oh, damn.
The two couples were tied up and shot more than 60 times by a white mob near the Moores Ford Bridge.
Why would you want to waste that much ammo? You already got them lynched.
Roger had been accused, not convicted, of stabbing a white man.
All right, look, motherfucker, if you put black with a capital B, then you put fucking white with a capital W. I don't want to see this fucking discrimination shit. This guy's a racist motherfucker, and we done with this article. Okay, bye.
Oh no, you're not getting out that easy.
Beverly.
Beverly Hills.
The Dorseys were simply in the car. That was enough to get them killed. What happened afterward? The FBI got involved. President Truman was disturbed. There was public outcry, but not a single person was ever arrested. Not one. Liberal
Wait,
white
you
America.
didn't move to Bel Air?
No, they went on a 3-hour tour.
Oh.
Liberal white.
Wait. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Liberal white.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
Well, I mean,
He's
they're
good.
the modern Stone Age family.
He's gonna make it after all.
All right, this is starting to sound
Doing
like
it our
family.
way.
It's starting to sound like a Family Guy episode with all the random references. All right.
Well, I mean, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Well,
Liberal white
you
America.
take the good, you take the bad, you take them both.
And there you have.
The facts of life.
Will Frosted be able to finish the article? Find out on next week's episode of Soap.
Right now, I'm just thinking about how suicide is painless.
Oh, God.
Salads and scrambled eggs. They're coming again.
Liberal white America at the time expressed sympathy, maybe even outrage, but very few acted. They kept their jobs. Their comfort and their distance. Now fast forward almost 80 years. Carmelo
More
Anthony.
than meets the eye.
His boy Elroy.
Carmelo Anthony, a 17-year-old black teenager, is being charged with murder after a fatal altercation at a Texas high school track meet.
What you talking about, Frosted?
And before a single verified fact could surface, the smear campaign was already in motion. They said he was suspended. They said he had a criminal record. They called him a thug. All lies!
They said the other guy was high off his mind on steroids and shit too. So,
Well, that one's probably true.
I mean, the stars and stripes are big and bright.
So
That-
he was part of an elite military group that was convicted of a crime that they didn't commit.
they can rebuild them. They have the technology.
Michael Knight, a young loner in a crusade. Never mind.
Carmelo was a model student. Good grades. 3-sport athlete.
Oh,
From a
fuck yourself.
From a 2-parent household. Respected by teachers. Admired by peers. And yet, not a single white liberal with a platform came forward to say, these lies are dangerous.
He murdered somebody.
But they're lying about him. Not one came out to say, we shouldn't rush to judgment, even after the truth emerged. Why? Because they're afraid of standing up when it isn't popular. When the mob is howling and the racism is loud, white liberals whisper or disappear. Even in Texas, a stand-your-ground state, where witnesses confirmed that Metcalf was warned multiple times not to touch Carmelo, and still chose to attack, not one liberal voice had the spine to say, this looks like self-defense.
Because it wasn't.
Well, and you know what's really funny is the truth still hasn't come out yet. They still don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, because what I find interesting is that no video exists whatsoever of this alleged crime, even though everybody and their fucking mother has got a smartphone that can film everything and do film everything. Yeah, this just happened to go right underneath the noses of everybody.
All right, but we're going to be introduced to one brave warrior who was willing to speak the truth.
Conan?
All right. You know
David
who
Hogg.
did? You know who?
What is good in life, Conan?
You know who did? Tim Pool.
Archie Bunker? Oh, fuck that guy.
A conservative commentator with a reputation for playing both sides. But this time, even he called it what it looks like. Self-defense.
That's called a fence sitter, not a fucking... You stupid shithead.
And now his own audience is tearing him apart for it. But still, he said it. Tim Pool, of all people, has shown more moral courage on this issue than any liberal with influence. Let that sink in.
Whatever.
So ask yourself, when even conservatives are willing to say the truth out loud, what does it say about white liberals who still won't? Details are still emerging, but already the reaction has been swift and vicious. His name and image have been smeared across the internet. His family has been doxxed. They've received threats. They're in hiding. The court of white public opinion has already decided he's guilty.
Because he is.
And now they're punishing everyone who shares his blood.
Oh, and let's not forget that they fucking doxed a member of the Metcalf family, too. Yeah, that's so great. Or not doxed, fucking swatted. Excuse me, not doxed.
But he had the temerity to have a son who died.
Oh, I know. Oh, my God. A twin, too. I guess you only fucking need one of them, right?
Right. Sound familiar? The difference is only in the method. No hoods, just hashtags. No burning crosses, just burning comment sections.
What?
No mobs with ropes, just swarms of digital vigilantes with screenshots and addresses. I would love to ask, like, someone in the 20s or whatever who got lynched, hey, would you rather have this or get doxxed online? And I want to see what their answer is.
You know, this question is for Tyr. Are you sure you don't want to be white and not be associated with these motherfuckers? You know, you'll have to get your you'll have to give away your privilege card, of course, but you know.
Or you can become Mexican. We have tacos.
Oh yeah, dude.
Make a run for the border.
That's right. Bong.
And the violence isn't symbolic. It's specific. Pictures of black children with knives in their heads are being sent to Carmelo's family. Their home address has been posted publicly. They've been flooded with racist threats so vile they sound like scenes out of a 1920s lynch mob fantasy. But it's all happening now.
Exhibit A, I don't like you.
They're getting nasty letters, which is the same as being strung up and shot 60 times.
Oh, if only.
But it's all happening now, in the era of smartphones and woke hashtags. So where are the liberal freedom fighters? Where are all the white people who swore they'd be different? We already know the excuse they'll give. Well, it's the internet. We can't control that. Bullshit. The people sending these threats are not some anonymous army of Russian bots or unreachable fringe extremists. These are coworkers, neighbors, family members. People sitting at suburban dinner tables. People working
People
tech
so
jobs.
specific that I don't know who they are and can't name them.
Look at your family. There could be one next to you right now. Teaching classes, managing bank accounts, and white liberals know it. Liberals always pretend they live on some different planet than conservatives, but often they live in the same house. They go to the same family barbecues, share Netflix passwords, borrow each other's tools. They know exactly
do that
who these
anymore.
people's... What?
You're not allowed to share passwords anymore.
The call was coming from inside the barbecue.
They know exactly who these people are, and they choose to stay silent. They could speak up. They could report the threats. They could leak usernames. They could send anonymous tips to police departments and news outlets. They could do
articles like this don't exist.
They could do all the things they claim they would have done in the era of Bull Connor and burning churches.
Who the hell is Bull Connor?
I don't know, was he once some white supremacist or something?
I don't know.
But they don't, because white liberals are full of shit. They don't want to lose their comfort, their job, or family relationship over just a kid who probably did something wrong anyway. They're cowards dressed in virtue.
A politician who was commissioner of public safety for the city of Birmingham, Alabama for more than 2 decades, a lifelong member of the Democratic Party, and strongly opposed the civil rights movement of the 60s.
A Democrat that opposed the civil rights.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That tracks.
You can't keep saying
This
if I...
Ahead of his time.
You can't keep saying, if I had lived back then, I would have fought, when you're sitting in right now and doing nothing. Black people reading this understand. These liberals are not your friends. They do not care about you, not beyond your usefulness to their agenda, their image, their optics.
George Jetson.
Is he one of those liberals that doesn't like black people?
Yes, absolutely.
They'll post a black square. They'll put BLM in their bio. But when it's time to actually fight for you, they're already gone. Backpedaling into silence, waiting for something more marketable.
Hey there,
Spare me.
don't fight me there. That's my...
Horizontal square.
Spare me the "but the conservatives" nonsense. That is weakness talking. That's fear and dependency disguised as strategy. That's the lie you tell yourself to justify begging for scraps from people who would rather see you dead than disobedient. Don't talk to me about the good white people when they're nowhere to be found in moments that matter. Don't sell me the fantasy of 2 teams when both sides play for the same empire. There is no difference. Because the
Are you
bad...
done? No, guess not.
All right, I'm on page 1 of 17. All right, because the bad white people will try to destroy you, and the good ones will stand by and let it happen. Justice for Carmelo Anthony, a 17-year-old black child with more courage than every grown black person still begging for a pat on the head from white liberals.
Who's gonna spend the rest of his fucking life in jail, hopefully.
I mean, I wouldn't have the courage to stab a kid to death in public.
Mm-hmm. This guy's a fucking cocksucker. You rot in prison, you son of a bitch. Exactly, Keeve. You and I, we think alike. But the thing is, though, you know what's going to happen. He's probably going to get a bunch of fucking black people in the jury. They'll find him innocent or lack of evidence or self-defense or some bullshit like that. Because if they find him guilty and put him in jail, there's going to be another summer of love. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And the thing is, if he is, just a second, real quick. If he is acquitted, you know what white people are going to do? Nothing. Because they never fucking do. Ever.
One person said
meet the Flintstones.
I don't care.
one person in the comments said it was not self-defense.
It was a murder. Yes, it was.
And someone called him a white supremacist.
That's all right. The fucking author said, "Nah, it was self-defense." But I know you don't. So because, go fuck yourself, dickhead. Oh, he's a white supremacist. Arse. Whoa. Those British people, they think so significant. Oh, look at me. I'm so sophisticated because I say arse. Well, you feel better now that you've got this particular crusade off your chest? Ooh, I like that guy. Wait, does he say much more shit about that? What do you plan to do about the situation now? Don't tell me you will write another story because there's nothing you can do about it because it's America. Has anybody who ever told you this? Oh, never mind. Fuck that guy. Next. Trash club all. What?
Why would any reasonable person support this murderer?
Uh-huh.
Also, why does Medium force me to read your garbage articles? Jack, did you get a Medium account?
Yeah, is your name Nat Perry by chance?
See, Frosted. Here's how the science goes. See, theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. He woke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his
Fuck
own.
this guy. This guy needs to just fucking die. He took a life. He deserves to lose his.
Every generation a Slayer is born.
Eye for an eye. He needs to fucking die. I don't care. Judge me if you want. This guy needs to die.
I guess he was hoping each time that his next leap would be the leap home.
Unfortunately, it's not that.
All right. Well, that's all I have for tonight, gentlemen. So we'll take a moment to shill my co-host and guest. All right. I Like Boobs has games with Terry, although Terry's not here right now.
I'm gonna cancel this Sunday's episode because Terry's not gonna be here, and really, there's no point to doing the show without him.
All right. So I Like Boobs has nothing.
Yeah.
All right. On normal weeks, though, on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, he has games with Terry.
And also when Frosted doesn't do a stream.
And are you still on the early 2000s LMAO random game?
The strong bad game for people who were fans of Homestar Runner back in the day.
So are you basically going down the list of Terry's thousands and thousands of games and picking the most cringe 2000s games?
I won't lie to you. The strong bad game is pretty cringy, but I don't necessarily think that's because it's strong bad. I think it's because it's a Telltale game.
It was a dragon.
I still think he needs to do a lot of the Sierra games.
As shit.
I think that you guys would have fun with the Leisure Suit Larry series. Granted, it wouldn't take long to finish them, but they would still be funny.
All right, and Moon has his Twitch channel linked in the description where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
Yeah.
What are you playing now?
Still playing 7 Days to Die, but I play it 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have 2 more episodes left in this current season, and then we'll be starting a new one. And it'll be... Actually, I'll keep these surprised for a bit. I'm going to hold that to my chest a little bit longer, and I'll reveal it later. But yeah, we still, although the group game will probably be moved to Thursday nights, and then I will stream with Serenity on Mondays and Wednesdays.
All right. Let's see. And 6, anything you want to shill?
Well, I'm keeping my head above water. I'm doing the best that I can. So,
How go the books, brother?
good times.
There you go.
Good
Yes.
times.
I especially like this Ted Frost character,
Yes.
which is just the Nilbog of character names.
It's at the same time the least creative, but also the most creative.
And Terry's not here, but he's also on Games with Terry. And he's on Hammers Minions Nights and Mr. Adam streams. And I think that's it.
He's
And,
currently riding a black and white crocodile.
And anything you want to shill, Johnny?
I have shifted from Minions from Thursday to Tuesday.
Oh, good. You finally did do that and move?
Yep.
So are you going to do Icarus with Will on Tuesdays?
If he's awake at that time,
He
because
should be.
yeah, it's later in the day. So
Yeah.
how come you
go
switched
ahead,
days?
just because it was a little bit easier for me and my work schedule.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I hate, it's a stream changing days at the last minute.
Yeah, Frosted.
It's just out of the blue. Hey, man, you want to be on the street? Okay.
All right. Well, let's see. I might not be able to stream next week because I'm going to be house/dog sitting. But
Hey.
I'll keep you guys updated.
Is it at least a giant house?
The
Or
it-
a
it's
giant dog.
It's a giant dog, but a small
Will you
house.
will you be sitting on top of the house? Is that how this arranged?
Yes. Will you be sitting on top of the house armed with an AR-15 and you're going to snipe anybody that gets within 100 yards of it?
Yeah, I'm going rooftop Korean.
Excellent.
Does the dog talk?
Yes, the dog talks 6.
Does it chase cats?
And it also plays football.
Does it play
There's
the
no rule
violin?
saying otherwise.
There's no rule.
And
Does it sing concertos?
no, I won't be babysitting the godson Keeve, but I am gonna miss him though because he's adorable.
Is there a wine cellar in this house?
Are there any
So-
crunchies?
There's a big freezer full of meat, but I'm pretty sure it's not human.
Will this be the same house that Kelly LeBrock nursed Steven Seagal back to health in?
Sure.
Do any seraphim live next door?
All right.
Is
Find
this in
out
a
the
black
answer to
neighborhood?
find out the answer to these questions and more next time on The Corner, which may or may not be the next week. All right. So whenever we stream, we'll see,
Damn.
we'll see you guys.
He says,
then.
get that piece of shit off my screen. Oh, watch out for the sky clock.
Those were the days.
Ernest.
I hate you people.